Hello, good morning, everyone. Please, if you are available, I would like you to drop a message in the comment box before we start the program. You can drop a message in the comment section. Kindly drop a message in the comment section, please, if you are online. Okay, seeing one person. Yeah. Okay, good morning, everyone. I am Isaac Chigozrin. I'm the co-host of this program. I believe everyone is hearing me. Please, if you can hear me, you can drop a message. I'm the co-host of this program, and we'll be starting now. I don't know why everybody's not yet here. I think we have about 140 something people in the group. So I appreciate if you are available, you can drop a message. Drop a message. Thank you. So thank you. So data analysis has been one of the trending careers currently in our society, and it deemed us fit. Let's say we just had to host this program for people that are interested in learning data analysis. Now, this program at the moment is just for 3 days, and teaching you we'll be teaching you everything you need to know, though just the basics actually. We'll be introducing you to data analysis. Then from tomorrow you should be Excel. I don't know if any of you are still using Excel, but there are so many other features that you can actually use Excel for. So without wasting much of your time, we'll just start with the introduction to data analytics. Introduction to data analytics. Please, if you have a biro, you can jot things down. Let's say probably you have a question, you can just keep it probably after the classes. You can ask them in the comment section, or probably sorry, you drop it in the group. Your questions will be attended to. Thank you, everyone. So, introduction to data analytics. Introduction to data analytics. Now, data analytics is the can be defined simply as the science process of extracting, examining, and analyzing raw data sets to draw conclusions, derive more information, and improve business processes, products, and services. Now, data analytics is commonly used by most business firms. Of course, let me use for example, when you visit Google Play Store, let's just use Google Play Store for an instance, and probably you try to download an app. First of all, most of us will have to go and check out reviews about the app to know if it is suitable for us. At that process, you are trying to analyze, am I going to use this app? So it is also data analytics in its basic form. Now, data analytics helps individuals and organizations to make sense of data, typically analyze raw data for insights and trends. Now, the whole essence of data analytics is for decision making. In whatsoever you are doing, you are just trying to derive facts to improve your business process. Not just for businesses, let us say for health sectors, they can also use data analytics to check out when there's a breakout for sicknesses or something like that. Or probably to check, is this probably the people that are having HIV and AIDS is increasing, or trends like that. Now, most times we use tools such as Excel, Power BI, Tableau to do these stuffs. Now, Power BI basically is for visualization, although people also use Excel to do visualization most times. But basically, Excel is just a spreadsheet. Well, we'll get to that soon. Now, what is the role of a data analyst? Who is a data analyst? A data analyst simply is a person who reviews data to identify key insights into a business customers, processes, and ways the data can be used to solve problems. A data analyst analyzes the raw data to be able to achieve the five benefits of a data analytics. Now, some of the industries that use data analytics, I think yesterday in the group, somebody asked me where can data analysis be applied, sorry. Now, it can be used in financial institutions like banks. Of course, banks use it very, very well. Financial institutions like banks, marketing firms. Now, let me try to explain something here. Let's say you are trying to run a Facebook advert. At some point, you have to check if your ads is converting properly. I'm just talking about marketing basically. I'm using Facebook ads for people that probably all these tech bros that do Facebook ads and all other ads a lot. You try to check if it is actually converting. Now, for people that also work in firms where you are told to meet a particular target, you get if you don't sell to this extent, if you don't earn so amount, your revenue or probably the amount you'll be paid for the month will be slashed or something like that. So now it is also marketing. You are expected to meet a particular target. The company is keeping records of what you are doing, and that is also data analysis. They are keeping records of okay, this guy brought so person to buy maybe this landed property and all of that. Now for health sectors, which I earlier mentioned, health sectors use data analysis to check for breakouts of sickness, and also is this drug in stock, do we still have this product in stock. Now for educational sectors, I've heard a lot of people when they want to do their project, data analysis is one of the parts you do in your project. Not just that, you will be expected to go to maybe this place. You use questionnaires to get responses from people. You write several stuffs and just try to analyze the data and submit it. And probably you're expected to also present it to your project supervisors and all of that. So data analysis is also used in educational sectors. Now for businesses and physical stores. For businesses and physical stores, we are going to use inventory management, for instance. Maybe I went to the market, I own a store, a physical store, where I sell clothes and boutiques and some other maybe male wears, shoes, trousers, belts. So I would try to keep stock of what I have to know if people are actually coming to buy from me. Now, how much am I selling? How much am I gaining? Am I at loss? That is basically what goes on in data analysis. You are using these things to make decisions. If you are going to buy more of this product, or do you have to reduce the quantity you buy from the market? Now, for IT firms, we also use data analysis. Now, let us say at some point in this classes, you will be learning stuff like SQL, which is SQL query language, a sequential query language. Now, it is actually used for database management and manipulations. It is a more in-depth part in data analysis. Now, for governmental sectors, let's say you are sent to do census, where they keep record of Nigeria populations and all of that. So the government also use it to keep records of certain things. Maybe these are the population of male we have. I'm just using some of these things as instance. There are so many other cases where it can be used. Now, at the end of the day, the government use it to make decisions. Do you understand it? So I just believe everyone is following me in this class. The videos are pre-recorded. After the class, you can still, the link will be shared. You can easily download them and watch at your leisure time. Now, for e-commerce stores and websites, at some point we'll use Amazon to explain. Now, probably if I have an e-commerce store, I believe everybody knows what an e-commerce store is, where people buy stuffs online. Let's just explain it like that. Now, people visit e-commerce stores and probably the bounce rate is kind of higher. Me that owns the e-commerce store, I'll be like, why are people avoiding this product? what is wrong with this product doesn't mean they don't like it or something like that. We just have to make some improvements, change certain things. Is it that my user interface is not welcomed by them? Are there certain things we have to change? It helps you to decide on certain things you have to do. Now, for real estate firms, for those of us that sell landed properties, which I earlier mentioned, you try to keep record of the properties you were able to sell. Now, how much was it sold? Did we sell it higher than the amount we plan to sell it or lower than the amount we plan to sell it? It helps you to make decisions. Where are my customers coming from? Are my customers based in Abuja or are they based in Lagos? Does it mean I have to run more adverts and target people that stay in Abuja or in Lagos? So it helps you to make decisions. That is the basic thing you need to know about data analysis. It is all about decision making. Now, five key priorities of every business. Let's say for businesses that use data analysis, what are the five key priorities of these businesses? It helps to reduce cost reduction. It helps to maximize profits. It helps to maximize profits. It helps generate more leads. It helps businesses to generate more leads in the sense that you have to, like, it will help you to get to more customers. That is what we mean by generate more leads. It helps you to maintain relationships with your customers. Probably my customer, when he comes, he likes me to greet him. Or maybe some of them used to like when they come around, you offer them some kind of stuffs or gifts to keep them. So it just helps customer relationships. Now it helps improve business processes. Maybe in your business you don't have a secretary who first welcomes people before they come in or something like that, or maybe initiate a conversation with them. So it helps you to improve certain things in your businesses. That is what data analysis does for us in businesses. Now, benefits of data analytics: cost reduction, cost reduction, improve efficiency, effective decision making. Let me dwell on effective decision making. Now, for businesses, if I'm running a business firm, when I'm using data analysis for my post to improve processes, it's just helping me to make decisions. Now, my customers don't like this stuff. Maybe I should buy lesser amount of this. Maybe I'm selling something like trousers that are plain trousers, but I notice that people that come to my store, what they prefer more is jean trousers. So it means, okay, I have to reduce the quantity of plain trousers that I buy. Now it helps for insights, good market insights and good resource utilization. Now for good resource utilization, it helps you to manage the resources you spend. Maybe if you were spending more on this, it will, from using that analysis, it will tell you, am I going to spend more of this or should I reduce how much I'm spending on this? Maybe if I go to the market and I'm buying trousers for maybe a bale of trousers. Let's say you sell in bale, then you bought probably 1,000 pieces. I noticed that in the long run, in 1 month, you are still having about 900 pieces still left. Meanwhile, for the other one, for jean trousers you bought, you are just having something like 200 pieces left. It means the other one is selling higher. So it will help you to reduce the resources you are spending on a particular product. Now, how some organizations apply data analytics. Please, our slide is kind of lengthy, so we'll skip some stuffs because this class is meant to last for 2 hours. Now, how some organizations apply data analytics. Stores like Amazon. I believe everyone knows of Amazon. Everyone knows of Amazon. Now, this is just a simple flow chart of how Amazon uses data analytics. They gather customer data while they use the website. Probably when you visited the website, your IP address was stored. Now, the IP address has information of where you are coming from, the country you are coming from, your country code or something like that. Now, maybe in the process, you were also told to enter your email address, your phone number, your name, and some other stuffs. Now, this data that was collected from you is stored probably in their database. It helps them track what you buy and your shipping address. Maybe when you bought the product, I'm in Nigeria here, I bought the product and it has to be shipped down to me. They will know, okay, this is where this guy stays. And probably there are other couple of Nigerians that buy that same product. It helps them to keep record of, okay, Nigerians like more of this product. Probably we should keep it and have more of it and then target more of Nigerians. It helps Amazon compares products they browse. Let's say when I visited this product, I did not waste more time. I left and went to another product immediately. It's just like, let's say, bounce rates. Now it helps them to know, okay, this guy does not like this product, or maybe when he viewed it, the description that was used was not captivating to him, so he had to leave the website immediately and maybe visited another product on the same page. Now it recommends products based on needs. I don't know if you've noticed, most times you will go to a website and search, maybe you just went to Google and searched for stuff like scholarship abroad. Then probably when you start visiting your social media handle, almost all the ads you'll be seeing is about scholarships. So what just happened there? They collected your data, they understood, okay, this guy is interested in scholarships abroad. They started providing scholarships abroad adverts for you to see. So it helps to build your profile with available data. Now, when they take note of your data, they keep suggesting more of those stocks to you. So it improves processes for you. It improves processes for Amazon, sorry. Now, how some organizations, okay, this is also part of the flow chart. Amazon decides what you want to buy based on your profile. Probably what you check often whenever you visit their website. Probably when I visit their website, I'm more interested in a particular book, or maybe I'm interested in this laptop. I want them to, I just keep checking if they are going to have something like a Black Friday, so that they can slash products or the price for me. Then, so Amazon understands some of these things using data analysis. It offers you what similar profiles have purchased, which is what we said earlier in the previous slide. Hence, they have collected your IP address and some other stuffs about you. They will suggest what probably that person bought that they feel you might also like. That is also part of what Amazon will use data analysis for. Now, we have websites like Netflix. For those of us that use Netflix a lot, I will not go into details of some of these things, but so that our time will not be too spent, we Netflix gathers a tremendous amount of data from subscribers to make better decisions on e-streaming services. I'm sorry, let me just chip something in. Probably you are using your Netflix account to watch a video, and maybe most of the videos you watch are about drugs, about um drug barons and all of that. You'll notice that subsequent things, or maybe violent movies or horror movies, now they are collecting your data with what you've been using and browsing on their website regularly. They'll keep suggesting more. You also like this. That is what is going on there. And what do you think is behind it? It is data analysis that is going on. They feel, okay, this guy is more interested in horror movies. They'll keep on suggesting horror movies to you. For healthcare industries, which we stated earlier, healthcare industries is one of the most promising areas where data analytics can be applied. It reduces cost of treatment, predicts outbreaks of epidemics, avoids preventable diseases, and improves quality of life. Let's say before a sickness breaks out, there must have been some kind of ways they have foreseen something like that. That is what goes on in data analytics. Now, let us say it was recorded that probably in this hospital we are having more um, malaria patients. So now the hospital will tend to provide nets and maybe free medications with malaria drugs for its customers. What are they doing? They already understand that okay, we have lots of people that are coming here for this particular sickness, malaria precisely. Let's provide nets for them. It is improving the quality of life. That is what hospitals and healthcare centers use data analysis for. Now, for government, government makes vital decisions based on the information received through data analysis. It is difficult to verify the information, and faulty data can have negative consequences. Government uses data analytics to help in welfare schemes and cyber security. Let's not just bring too much vocabulary into this. For the census, you already know they are keeping record of we have more males than females, we have more females than males in this community or something like that. So that is what government parastatals use data analytics for. Now, the difference between data analysts and data scientists. What is the difference between a data analyst and a data scientist? A data analyst examine large data sets to identify trends, develop charts, and create visual presentations to help businesses make more strategic decisions. Now, as a data analyst, mostly you are provided with data you will use. It can be in a spreadsheet. It could also be in a database where you'll be expected to manipulate and all of that. So for data analysts, they examine large data and spot trends. In the course of this program, you'll be learning how to use Excel charts for visualization, although they also use Power BI for visualization also. Now you also be learning how to use SQL for database manipulations and how to handle large amounts of data. Now, what does a data scientist do? A data scientist design and construct new processes for data modeling and production using prototypes, algorithms, predictive models, and custom analysis. Okay, now for a data analyst, you actually provided with the data. Your own is to clean the data and present it based on what you have seen. It might be through charts. Of course, through charts, that's what is mostly used for visualization. Now, but a data scientist in this other case is the one that is almost bringing out his own data, creating an algorithm or prototype, maybe step by step process. This is how this thing should be. Now, for me, I would say data scientist or maybe data science is kind of more advanced compared to the role of a data analyst. A data analyst typically work with structured data to solve tangible business problems using tools like SQL, R, or Python programming languages, and data visualization software and statistical analysis. Now, we have this SQL, R, or Python, actually programming languages. SQL is mostly used for manipulation. Sorry, it's used for database manipulation. Meanwhile, Python is mostly used to extract data and some other stuff. What you just need to understand is that they are for larger data sets compared to Excel. Because most people, what we know very well is Excel. You get, it's mostly Excel that we use, but it has limitations. It has limits to the amount of data you can control. Meanwhile, for SQL and Python, you can easily control larger data set, but SQL basically is for database management. Now, data scientists often deal with the unknown by using more advanced data techniques to make predictions about the future. They might automate their own machine learning algorithms or design predictive modeling processes that can handle both structured and unstructured data, which I earlier mentioned. Data science is more complicated compared to data analysis. Now, you are actually forecasting the future. It's just like, let's say you want to forecast the weather. In fact, more of what we do lately when it comes to AI, artificial intelligence, is more of data science. So let's just go over to the next one. Gradually, you will get to know how these stuffs work. Now, types of data analytics. We have descriptive data analysis, descriptive data analysis. We have predictive data analysis. We have diagnostic data analysis. We have prescriptive analysis. Now, for descriptive analysis, is interpretation of historical data to identify trends and patterns. It answers the question, what happened? Now, let us use the coronavirus period. Let's use it as some that everybody was kept in the house and on lockdown. Meanwhile, for predictive analysis, it centers on taking that information and using it to forecast future outcomes. It answers the question, what will happen? After this COVID-19, what else was going to happen? If this treatment was not offered, or maybe this medication was not offered, how will the processes for life be? Are people going to still be on the surface of the earth? So now, predictive analysis answers the question, what will happen? The whole essence of data analysis is for decision making. Understand? If it is from my outside brother, they will say gas care. You need to understand. Statistic analysis can be used to identify the root cause of a problem. It answers the question, why did it happen? Why did it happen? So now I understand that okay, COVID-19 happened in this period. What will happen after that period? Now, why did it happen? Was it because people were eating malnutritious food, or maybe they took wrong drugs, or probably because of the environment, or is it pollution to the environment? So that is what diagnostic analysis asks. Why did it happen? Now, for prescriptive analysis, it involves the use of testing and other techniques to determine which outcome will yield the best result in a given scenario. Prescriptive analytics is the process of using data to determine an optimal course of action. Now, at this point of prescriptive analysis, you are trying to take an action. You have finished understanding what happened, while it happened, and what will happen in the future. Your own is now to make, for those of us that are Christians, I'm sorry, in the Bible, when Joseph dreamt, dreamt, he dreamt about this one and maybe corn or maize swallowing the other ones, a slimmer corn, and then he interpreted the dream. Okay, sorry, when Pharaoh dreamt, he interpreted the dream to him that this is what will happen in the future. Now, Pharaoh was able to take a decision. What did he do? He said, okay, you be the one to manage the stuff. You will have to keep stores in the store in case of the famine that is going to come in the future. So what happened there? For me, I would say it is data analysis. It helps them to make decisions. So now for types of data analytics, which we have earlier mentioned, we have the descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. So the whole essence of this stuff is understanding why it happened, what will happen in the future, and how am I going to be able to control this? Can we bring a solution to this stuff? That is what happens in data analysis. Now, what are the career opportunities in data analytics? We have the business intelligence analyst, we have data analyst, we have operations analyst, we have people analyst, we have marketing analyst, we have financial analyst, we have project analyst, we have program analyst, we have technical analyst, and network analyst. These are different career opportunities that are available in data analytics. We also have those that do data entry. We have those that do data entry also. You can, at your leisure time, you can browse about this and probably try to choose which of them you want to do. At the moment, we are treating basically data analysis, but let's say for business intelligence analyst, it's mostly about understanding the business and processes involved in your business. Probably it is an oil firm you work. Now, how many barrels of oil do we have? How many is to be sold? Is there scarcity of this oil? Or should we control this? Probably we'll keep it to some point. Let's say I work in a brewery store or brewery company. Now, during the festive periods, there might be higher needs or demand for my drinks, which is my alcoholic drinks. So what will I do? Probably my brewery store is located in a place where there are lesser amount of people that sell that same drinks. What I have to do is probably within that November, September, October, November period, I will tend to reduce the amount of quantity that I'm selling. Maybe try to conceal some to myself. Now during the December period, I'll push more of it into the market and probably hike the price. So that is what goes on. It is business intelligence. I'm trying to apply some kind of business sense to this. Now, maybe while I was trying to sell this product, I noticed that there are other people that they don't like this particular product. Maybe we have to buy more and diversify. People don't like life particularly. So probably I have to buy Hero and see if they will like it. So I'm just these are kind of intelligence that we apply in businesses. Now, some tools used in data analytics. Some tools used in data analytics. I had a message earlier in our group where somebody was asking me what are the things you are going to learn. Now, you'll be learning how to use Microsoft Excel basically for data analysis, both visualization. So this is how Excel with data analysis looks like. These are some okay, this is just this dashboard, sorry. This is dashboard and it's actually Excel. So in the course of this program, you'll be learning how to use Microsoft Excel, SPSS, Power BI, Tableau, IBM Cognos, SQL, Python programming, and R programming, but we won't be teaching R programming and IBM Cognos. But these are some of the tools. There are so many other tools that you can use for data analysis. Now, for Microsoft Excel and SPSS, they are almost same thing. Now, Microsoft Excel, just learn how to use tables, how to create charts, functions, and also add-ins and so many other stuff. There are lots of stuff that you don't really know Microsoft Excel is used for. Now, for Power BI, it is for visualization processes. Let's say Power BI actually means business intelligence. That is the full meaning of that BI. So most times in the BI, it makes visualization more easier. You can just ask it a question, maybe help me to do this. It will do that for you and just provide results. That's how Power BI actually works. And Tableau, then SQL, which we earlier mentioned. SQL is for database manipulation. SQL is for database manipulation. It provides you with larger database. Then for the Python programming, you are able to create models and some other stuff. So now introduction to data types, Excel interface and basic functions. How do we use Excel for our for data analysis? Now, data and data types. Data is a collection of discrete units of information in a conceptual model that in their most basic forms convey quantity, quality, fact, statistics, or other basic units of meaning. When we were in school, they used to tell us that data is unprocessed information. So basically what you are doing in data analysis is cleaning data. You're always cleaning data. After cleaning data, you now have to start making decisions. Probably after you have finished cleaning data, you have to present it and derive facts from it. It is giving you facts. So when you clean the data and brought out facts from it, that's when data analysis comes into play. It is actually units. It can be numbers. Data can be numbers. It can also be words or maybe alphabets. Do you understand it? It can be units, maybe kilometers, maybe percentage, and stuff like that. So it is a collection of facts that can be used to draw conclusions, make predictions, and assist in effective decision making, which we've said here. Data can be text, it can be numbers, it can be videos, it can be audios, it can be images. So that is what goes on in data analysis. Now, types of data. We have structured data, data that is processed, stored, and retrieved in fixed format. Example, employee details. Now, maybe you were given a form to fill. Let's just use, for instance, a questionnaire, and you were told to fill in your name, your phone number, your email address, your home address, stuff like that. It's actually modeled. You just have to go through that process. That is how your data is collected. So that's what goes on in structured data. It is processed, stored, and retrieved in fixed format, which for employee details, you have to go through that process where I mentioned you enter your name, your email address, phone number, and all of that. And for the sales details, let's use, for instance, ID, customer ID, um, maybe the product the customer bought, how much did the customer buy it, was it on discount when it was sold. So these are actually structured data. Now for semi-structured data, data that contains both structured and unstructured formats, it's mixed. The data are mixed. It can either be structured in the sense that your informations were kept, like you just have to go through this process of entering your name, and maybe along the line you were now told, okay, go back to this process if you did this. Let's say I'm giving you a Google form to fill, and I said, you have to provide me with your, are you a graduate? Now it is actually a two-way something, either yes or no. If it is a yes, then you have to provide me with your certificate that you are a graduate. It will probably move you to the next. It's data, data that lacks a specific form or structure, just like email address. Now let's use an unstructured email address for instance. Now for your email address, you have um you have numbers and letters mixed together. I don't know if you're following. It can be numbers and alphabet mixed. Let's say I want to. My name is Isaac Urom 1 at gmail.com. So numbers came into play. It's actually unstructured. So we have data life cycle. What goes on in data analysis? Now, the data life cycle describes the path data takes from when it's first generated to when it's interpreted into actionable insights. Describes the path it takes when it's first generated to when it's interpreted into actionable insights. This life cycle can be split into 8 steps. We have the generation step, we have the collection step, we have processing, we have the storage, we have the management, we have the analysis, and we have visualization and interpretation. So during the generation step, you are given a large data set. It's actually unstructured. Maybe everything is just scattered in disarray, which I don't know if you guys can see this screen. Maybe I have something like I have something like this. Now I'm expected to organize this data, clean it up, and maybe I try to arrange it. Let numbers be different and dates differently, the customer's name and the address differently. So that is what goes on in the generation phase. Now for generation and collection phase, when the data has been given to you, you try to clean it up. Now for processing it, that's the that's where you have to clean up the data. Sorry, you have to clean up the data and start making sense out of it. Now, during the management phase, maybe you are using something like SQL for manipulations. You are given a large data set. It is contained in the database. You are expected to get names, phone numbers, customer ID. With time, you will learn some of those stuffs, those SQL syntax, where you'll be told to you provide some kind of when user wants to enter a data, it should be like not null. Here must not be empty. There has to be either your name here, or maybe it must be your phone number, where you learn stuff like foreign keys. Now that is also where storage comes in. Sorry, storage and management, but it is actually stored in database. Now, if data are wrongly entered, there can be mistakes during the cleaning process and for manipulating it. Now, it is either when users have finished entering the data, when during your collection phase, you store them in a database. You have to be very, very sure that what you are keeping is actually what is needed. So most times, if it is for SQL, users cannot enter a wrong data into probably in this place. We specify that it should be a name. It should be a name. Instead of that person entering his name, he's entering a phone number there. So it helps you to curtail some of these things. Now, during the analysis process, you yourself as data analyst must have done your own background checkings. You analyze the data with this stuff like, let's say you now have to use charts. During the analysis and visualization are almost in the same process. For the visualization process, you are trying to present this stuff through charts. They are using charts, and you can also be using tools like Excel, Power BI, Tableau, and all of that. So you are going to be presenting this information. Maybe I was told to meet with board of directors that own maybe a company that sells baby oil, baby oil. So within that process, I understand, okay, these are the kind of customers people used to have. Maybe it is actually infants. Those children, their parents are they just give birth to them and probably they are just 6 months to 1 year old. Do you understand it? So you are going to be visualizing this data and presenting it. So during the interpretation process, you derive your facts, you write what you feel is going to help the business to grow. That is what goes on in interpretation. You explain what is going to help the business to grow. Maybe if we should buy customers tend to like more of this PZ cushion oil compared to maybe jelly oils or something like that. So you just write these notes for them to understand and you share it. So that's what goes on in the interpretation phase. Now, classes of data. We have quantitative data and we have qualitative data. Quantitative data is data that can be counted or measured in numerical values. Quantitative Quantitative data is data that can be counted or measured in numerical values. It can be in the form of age, height. It is divided into discrete and continuous data. That is for quantitative data. Note, a continuous data is a data that can be measured and has almost any numeric value. Example, temperature. While a discrete data, sorry, there's something I need to explain. Please, under quantitative data, we have continuous data and discrete data. A quantitative data can be numbers that are in values, which are like temperatures. So maybe we have 29 degrees Celsius, the weather is currently like this, or something like that. So while a discrete data is a data that is counted and has limited number of numeric values. Example, number of male in a class. Now, maybe let's try to differentiate the two between continuous data and discrete data. For continuous data, you can actually number them. I'm sorry, for continuous data, sorry, it can easily increase with time. Maybe during the day, the sun is trying to set and the temperature is still increasing. It can increase more, it can depreciate. While for discrete data, the number of male in a class is kind of fixed unless new students are admitted. So it does not depreciate, it does not increase unless people are. Now for qualitative data is information that cannot be measured or easily expressed using numbers. Information that cannot be counted. It is collected from text, audio, and images. It is divided into nominal and ordinal data. A nominal data is a data that is not categorized in a set order. Example is color and movie ratings, just like Netflix. Maybe this movie on Netflix now was rated higher in this month, and maybe this other movie was rated less. In the long run, Netflix will tend to remove the movie and provide more. So, quantitative data is actually information that cannot be counted, measured, or expressed using numbers. Now, terms to note. What is a data set? Things you need to take note of in data analysis. We have a data set. A data set is a collection of data usually presented in tabular form. It is a structured collection of data generally associated with a unique body of work. Now, most data are collected in tabular forms. Excel is in tabular form. SQL is also in tabular form. I hope everybody's understanding me. Excel and SQL is in tabular form. Wow. I'm not saying everybody can hear me. Everybody can hear me. Why are you not hearing me? And please, for how long? For how long has this been going on? Please, you can hear me. Can I see a message? Please, if you can hear me, drop a message in the comment section. Drop a message in the comment section. Hear me, please. Wow, 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 wow. Hmm. Please, if you can hear me, I need a message. Drop a message if you can hear me. Now we have a database. A database is an organized collection of data for one or more purposes, usually in digital form. A database is an organized collection of data for one or more purposes, usually in a digital form. It's a database. A database is an organized collection of data stored as multiple data sets, which we earlier stated that you can call Excel data stored in Microsoft Excel as you can still say your Excel is a database, but It doesn't accept large. There are limits to what Excel can accept. Now, for SQL, you can impute larger data sets into it. Now, a database contains more information. Let's say you are entering a name, a phone number, an ID for each customer. Now, that ID might be unique, of course, can be unique to each customer. Maybe this person's ID is ID1. That person cannot also get that ID1 again. It makes it unique. That is what goes on in database. Now, what is a metadata? A metadata is a set of data that describes and gives information about other data. Metadata is a set of data that describes and give information about other data. Probably after I've finished creating my listing, while creating my database, sorry, data is my database, I will enter the name that can be used to access it. I hope you're understanding. A name that can be used to access it. Probably in this database, I created a database bearing um, PZ stores. Let's use PZ stores for instance. Now, under the PZ stores, we now have tables that were created. Maybe in that tables, one of the tables name can be customers information. Now, in the customer information, we are having so this metadata simply explains the information about a data. Now, data integrity. Data integrity is the accuracy, completeness, and quality of data as it's maintained over time and across formats. As it's maintained over time and across formats. Okay. Please, I hope everybody's still hearing me. So now, as it's maintained over time and across formats, preserving the integrity of your company's data is a constant process, which we have four V's of big data. We have the volume, the amount of data, we have the variety, different kinds of data, which we stated earlier can be audio, can be an image, can be numbers. Now we have the velocity, how fast data can be processed. Probably you are given a specified period to handle this particular data. You have to do it within this time frame. How fast can you handle it? Probably the data is bigger or in larger quantity. What are the processes you have to put in to meet up? So veracity, the quality and reliability of the data. Before it will be that somebody that entered a name, the person that entered a name in where numbers are supposed to be entered. So you just have to ensure some of these things. This goes on in your collection process, which is what we stated earlier in our data life cycle. So the amount of data is very important for checkmating data integrity, the variety of data, which are the different kinds of data, the velocity of data, which is how fast it can be processed, and also the quality and reliability of the data. Now we this brings us to the Excel interface, which I believe most of us must have seen this. And also in the group, I stated earlier that you need to have at least Excel 213 in a PC for you to be able to participate effectively in the class. Doesn't mean you cannot participate, but actually you will need Excel 213 to participate effectively. I don't know if most of us actually got it. Now, in the session where we stated earlier that there is different tools used for data analysis, which we said Excel is used for data analysis, Power BI, Tableau, SQL, Python. Now, these five that I have mentioned are actually the ones you are going to be learning in the long run of this class, which the complete course should be within 2 months or more or less, but at least within 2 months. Now, this is actually an Excel interface, and basic data analysis goes on in Excel, though not just basic, but actually basic. Now, introduction to this Excel interface. I believe everyone is hearing me. So, introduction to this and to Excel interface. Now, when you over to the top, we have this quick access toolbar, which you will see this icon. I believe everybody's seeing this icon, which is the save icon, the undo and redo. So this is actually our quick access toolbar. Now the whole of this pane is called ribbon, this box that contains port, copy, we call it ribbon. Now while this top where we have the file, home, insert is called menu bar. So for the file, that's where you save and also access files from that you were already working on. Now for the home, you with time will just get into some of this stuff. You'll be effective in using them. Now for the insert, there are so many features here. So please, with time, we'll just be going into it gradually, gradually, gradually. Now we have the name box, which is where when probably when I click on, let's just go to one of to the spreadsheet. I'm coming, please. Okay, so here, probably when I click on any of these boxes, you see that this name box changes. Can change from A2, A3, and there's something you need to understand in this Excel spreadsheet. Excel is actually a spreadsheet where you can enter um, alphabets, numbers, units, and all of that. Now, each of these places are called cells. These are called cells. While from here down is called columns. Down columns like this is rows, rows and columns. Now, each of these cells here are very unique. As you can see in the name box, whenever I switch to any of this, I can easily enter a number here, something like 4, and probably in this A4 cell, I enter something like 5. Now I want to perform some kind of functions, and I want to say, okay, let's say I want to add up something like this. You can easily start using the functions. I'm not going to go into it. Yeah, let's just be taking this step by step, please. So now we have the row number, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, which I've already stated earlier. Sorry, that each of these cells are unique. Whenever you click on any of them, the number that is attached, the row number attached will show in this name box. Now for the formula bar, it is at the top also where you can enter formulas or probably formulas that you're entering in this place display here. Now for the column numbers are made of alphabets. I think down you also be seeing more of alphabets and numbers joined. Now each of them are unique. It makes the column number and the row number makes each of these cells to be unique. Now we have the worksheet. We have worksheet tab. You can easily create new worksheets. You can create new worksheets. You can when you click on this plus icon, you can create a new worksheet. Now, okay, we still have more of this slide where we mentioned about the cells, the columns, the rows, and this ribbon. This is actually the ribbon. Now, this is also called worksheet. The entire spreadsheet here, or maybe this space where you are typing everything you're typing, you want to do your calculations on, it's actually called a worksheet. That is a basic, of course, not just basics, right? It's actually how the interface for Excel, and that's what you'll be using mostly within this period. That's what you'll be using mostly for your data analysis. So now we'll be see what we'll do. For the Excel interface, these are some of the features of the Excel interface defined actually. We define them. Now we have the worksheet control buttons. The worksheet control buttons allow you to minimize, maximize, restore, or close the worksheet, which is these buttons that you see here. Minimize. I can click here to minimize. I can also click here to maximize. Sorry, okay, sorry to. Then I can also click here to exit. You can maximize it from here and you can minimize from here. Sorry about the mistake. Now I can click here to close the button. That is actually the worksheet control button. Now for the formula bar, which is what we stated earlier in one of our sheets. This is the formula bar here, where you can enter your formulas. Let's say I want to sum those two numbers. I can come here and just click on add this and this. Click on so now that is how Excel works. If you can notice here, you will discover that this A3 is actually unique. It has the number 4, while this A4 has this number in it, 5. So instead of me to type probably 4 plus 5 or something like that using this function, I just have to mention the unique cell number, immediately process it for you. If there's an error, it will show you the errors. In the long run, we'll be explaining some of the errors you can be encountering and also how to what is wrong with your with data you entered or something like that. So this is what we'll do. Now for our worksheet window is actually the entire space where you are given to type all the blah 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 that you want to type, where users can enter their data and probably you can clean up data and stuff like that. The worksheet window contains the open active worksheet. Worksheet windows can be moved and sized. You can have more than one worksheet window open at the same time. So let's explain this. When you click on file, you can actually create a new worksheet. Yes, you can create a new worksheet. You can also click on open to access previously stored worksheet file in your desktop or probably PC. Now this is actually a worksheet, this entire space. I can adjust these things if I want to. Probably I want to enter um customer customer name here. Then I want to enter um product bought product bought. Then I want to enter the unit price. Okay, the unit amount, sorry, unit amount. So I can adjust some of these things. I can adjust some of this. Now, if I want to create a new worksheet, I can still click here. Also, if I want to create a new sheet, I can click on this plus icon that is down here to do whatever I want to do. Now, for the scrolls bar is the vertical and horizontal scroll bars enable you to move quickly through the worksheet vertically and horizontally. You can scroll up and down. Okay, I'm just we will be using more of examples here. Now, this is actually our scroll bar by the right. I can scroll down, I can scroll down, and I can still scroll up if I am Sorry, please excuse me. Let me try to. I don't think everybody is seeing my entire screen. Okay, so this is actually our scroll bar, please. This is our scroll bar by the right. You can scroll down. You can also still scroll up. Now we also have the ribbon, which we said earlier, is the one at the top, where you have to access some functions like the cut, insert, and insert shapes, format, and stuff like that. So the ribbon is designed to help you quickly find the commands that you need to complete a task. Commands are organized in logical groups, which are collected together under tabs. Each tab relates to a type of activity, such as writing or laying out a page to reduce clutter. Some tabs are shown only when needed. So probably when you click on any of the tabs, like the home tab, what you'll be seeing will be different. When you click on the insert tab, what you'll be seeing might be different. Of course, it will be different, not might be different. It will be different. You can easily insert shapes, images, and let's just try to do some insertions here. Let's try to insert. Okay, now these are the tabs and these are our ribbons. This is our tab where you can see the file, home, insert, page layout. That is tabs. Now the ribbons are these places. If I click on my home, this thing changes. Now, numbers in Excel are right aligned. Whenever I type a number, it is automatically right aligned. But if I should type a text, it goes to the left. It is left aligned, even if numbers are attached to it. I hope everybody's understanding. So now this is actually our ribbon. Here I can align this. You can always choose to make some features here. Now this is what for increasing font size. Let's just start with increasing our font size. I can increase my font size to any number I want. I can also change my font type to the type of font I want. That is on the home tab. I can also fill up the try to insert a color to my box. With time, you also learn conditional formatting, which are stuff like this conditional formatting and also format as table. So here I can insert a color if I want. I can also change the color of my text. I can change the color of my text if I click on this. I can change this to probably red. So that is for the home tab. If I click on insert, if you click on insert, what is contained in the ribbon changes. We have the pivot table. You can insert a pivot table. You can insert a table. We can convert this stuff to a table. We can convert this to, of course, when you are analyzing data, you are going to be, once you want to clean up your data, it is highly recommended that you convert it to a table first. You convert to a table first before you start working on data. It gives you the privilege to manipulate some certain things in it. So here we can sort you can sort when you convert to a table, you can sort things out probably from A to Z. If you want it to be listed alphabetically from A to Z, or probably if you want it to be listed Z to A, still possible. So now this is for our insert. For our insert, you can also get add-ins. You can insert charts. And if I want to insert charts, let's say I'm using probably in the course of the learning place, we'll head over to working with charts. So these are where you can insert charts. You can click on recommended charts to see all charts. We'll also be learning about the types of charts in Excel, we have the column charts and the line charts. Then you can also insert links in Excel. You can insert links in Excel. Probably I want to insert a link here. I can come here to insert my links. It can be from the a file that I have in this place. I want it to be directed to a file I have here. So these are for insert. Now for page layout, when you click on page layout, you can easily change this page and you can insert images. That is, if you want to use a background image. So this is what happens in the ribbon tab, in this ribbon section. Whenever you change to any of these menus, you can access different functionalities in the ribbon. Now we have the title bar, extreme top right of the Excel window. The title bar contains the name of the and the active file, which is this. In this particular one, we're using PZ Global Stores, which is the data that we will be using in the course of these classes. The link to download this will be provided for you so that you can do some stuffs with it. You can easily manipulate data here, and you'll be given tasks to complete. So we also have the file button, which is at the top. I've earlier shown you that, where you can create new files, open files that you've created previously. So clicking on the file button displays a drop-down menu containing a number of options such as open, save, and print. The options in the file button menu are very similar to options found under the office button and file menu in previous versions of Excel. Now, if you've been using other Microsoft softwares like Microsoft Word and PowerPoint, which is what I'm opportunity to use for these classes, you must have seen these file buttons where you can access, save, print, and also for people that you can also initiate developer mode on the file button. Yes. So for the sheet tabs, worksheet tabs, the sheet tabs let you switch between worksheets in a workbook by clicking the appropriate tab. The tabs are the ones at the bottom where you can create new workbooks or worksheets, any case, whatever you want to call it. The ones at the bottom, that place where we have the plus icon, you can navigate, you can create a new one. You can still see the ones that you're already working on, and you can rename them like this. Let's say for this, I named it dashboard because that is where our dashboard is. I can rename this. You can rename these things when you right click. You can rename. You can also delete this particular one. Now this is also for some other stuff. So Excel is actually a great software for you to for data analysis, and it makes it very easy and stress free for me. You know how to use it very well if you are used to it. Now the quick access toolbar. A quick access toolbar is a customizable toolbar that contains a set of commands that are independent of the tab that is currently displayed. You can move the quick access toolbar from one of the two possible locations, and you can add buttons that represent commands to quick access toolbar. If you want to make functional, if you want to change certain things in your Excel, you can use the quick access toolbar to make these changes. So please let's hop over to the ribbon. We've already explained this. For example, when Excel 213 opens, the options under the Home tab are displayed. See image to the right. These options are grouped according to their functions, such as clipboard, includes cut, copy and paste options, and font. Clicking on an option on the ribbon may lead to further options contained in a contextual menu that relates specifically to the option chosen. So I've explained about the ribbon, which is this particular box that contains some other functionalities in our Excel. So you can easily play around with these things if you have Excel in your installed in your PC. You can work with some of this. Now for the cell rows and columns, we have data entry in Excel. This simply means the entering of data in Excel, where you can enter names, you can enter phone numbers, you can enter numbers and name joined together, alphanumeric. Now, we also have cells, which is what I explained earlier, those little boxes that you were seeing that can be expanded. Now, and each of the cells are unique. A cell is the intersection of a column and a row. They are identified by the cell name, often referred to as cell reference, which is a combination of letters and numbers. Example, A2, B15. I have earlier explained this. Each cell, please take note that each cell in Excel is unique. Whatever you want to do, they are very unique. You can make calculations using Excel. Now for a row is a horizontal representation that appears in numbers in a worksheet. The row the Excel contains approximately 1,048,576 rows and 576 rows. To some point is actually limited because SQL provides you with more access to, you can enter more huge datas in it. So for Excel, you can only access 1,048,576 rows. Now a column is a vertical representation of values that appears in alphabet. It is a vertical line of cells, which is the one we were explaining earlier that comes down. These are columns. Then these are rows to your right, which are horizontal, and then the vertical is also the column. The key difference between row and column is that a row is a horizontal line of cells, while a column is a vertical line of cells. So let's go back to it. These are our rows and these are our columns. Our rows, these are rows. These places where we are entering these data are rows. But if I'm now coming down, these are columns. So these are columns. Now going back to our stuff, data types. Data type simply is the types of data that can be used or probably that you'll be encountering in Excel. We have numbers, which contains only numerical characters, digits 0 to 9, including decimals. It can be customized to different formats. It can be customized to different formats. Example is 2000, 176.98. These are actually numbers. Now for text, there are the regular text that you know, which contains other characters such as alphabetical, numerical, and special symbols. Dog, these are just words that are mentioned here. Now probably at the end of my writing a text, I put some kind of exclamation mark. It is still considered a text. Now logical value, which is true or false. And also you'll be using functions such as if functions, sum if, count if, there are lots of them. Yes. So, and there's something I need to chip in a little bit. During the course of your practicing data analysis, the truth is that there might still be people that are higher than you. So you don't see yourself less. We just keep learning every day. That is just the simple truth. So now for the logical values and some of these functions, you might not be able to exhaust all of them. And it is not all of them that you might know. Yes, because you might just wake up tomorrow, you see another function that you've not seen before. So it is all about learning. It is a process. Learning is a process. Now, for our logical values, we have the true and false. Probably I'm trying to compare two um, things together. I'm saying this is either it is true, you present this result to me. If this is false, you are giving me this result. That is what logical values do. Now, for the error values occurs when Excel recognizes a mistake or missing information while processing your cell entry. And some common error values you'll be seeing are this NA, ref, and diff. So with time you'll be seeing some of this, you might encounter some of these errors when you're working. You don't forget, please just calm down, check what the problem is. Definitely there might be an error in either the function or the formula you're using to work. Then you just have to correct it, change some certain things. So for the phases in data analysis, we have data requirements asks to understand what information is expected. Now, maybe during my data entry, during my data entry in this place, normally what is expected from this person is actually a name. Let's say Emma. Sorry, excuse me, Emma. Now, some users might mistakenly go and enter a number which is not expected. So what I just want from this person is just a name, which is the customer name. Then in this place for product bought, we are still expecting the kind of product that he bought. Maybe what he bought from us is actually something like cement. Now, the unit amount, the unit amount can be how many bags of cement did he buy? He bought maybe 100 pieces. So we are entering 100 pieces here. Now, here we can also be entering the amount he bought the product from us. So maybe in this place, a user might wrongly go and enter an alphabet. Meanwhile, what we expect from you is actually a number for doing your the requirements. I'm just trying to explain data requirements. This place, what I'm expecting is actually a number, not an alphabet. So that is basically what goes on in data requirements. Now for data collection, what data can lead to the information? Is it available? Where to get the data? Import to Excel. Now with time, you will learn how to extract data and how to import them, and also cleaning of data, which is the third phase in our data analytics, data cleaning. Now during the data collection process, what data can lead to the information? Where can I get this information? Now, permit me to say that questionnaire is also part of data collection process. I can give you a questionnaire and tell you, write your name, phone number, and maybe I'm trying to understand which kind of this product, maybe what don't you like about my company? What are the things you feel that we have to improve on? So this is actually a questionnaire. I'm expecting my customers to provide me with information that can lead to decision making. How can I improve my business process? So that is what goes on in data collection. Now for the data cleaning process, use data cleaning tools as text functions, remove duplicates, data validation. It's These are all done in Excel. You can clean data. You can provide, like, maybe there are duplicates. You can delete the ones that are duplicates so that you can work effectively, because you won't be expecting to get a good result when you are having almost duplicate data in the same data set you're using to work. Now, data modeling, processing, analysis is the fourth phase in our data analysis. We have the aggregation formulas. We have the aggregation formulas, we have logical formulas, we have lookup formulas, we have pivot table and data model. We will not be going into some of these stuffs now. Especially for pivot table, I think from tomorrow to the next, you'll be learning how to use logical formulas and how to use pivot tables. Now for the communication, which is the fifth and last phase, which me I can also call it the visualization phase. You are using charts to explain what you derive from the data. This is what I got from my data. This report, you use it to report. It comes in chart forms, which is what we did here. Let's say for this is actually a visualization. Now, this is for a firm, PZ Global Stores Limited. All these charts you are seeing here were actually derived from this one, this main data. We just had to create some pivot tables and then work with them. Now, in the for PZ Global Stores, for the top revenue and top products, sorry, there's a mistake here. These are the top products that were sold. We have this mozzarella, we have curry sauce and coffee. So now we also have this revenue by region, which is actually the east, north, south, and west. Is actually this store is a US store, so we're just using it to for the purpose of this class. So don't be surprised. This is actually Excel. Now this a you can call this one a donut chart. With time you get used to all of this. This is column chart. So and this is our sliders and timeline. Now that is one of the reasons why I said people have to use Excel 213. Some other older versions of Excel you don't have access to this slider, I think so. So now for my presentation process, which is that communication process in our last phase in the phases of data analytics, I'm trying to explain to the my the people that employed me. I'm trying to profile solution to their company. Now, whenever you click on any of this, I'm selecting only the east. Now for the east, you will notice that these things changed. You will see the top four products that were sold in the east. We have the scones, marmalade, and cajun seasoning, Boyan's berry spread. That is for the east. Now for our east also, it was only two salesperson that sold in the east, which is Andrew Santini and Laura Giosini. So these are the two people that sold in the east. About this particular nurture, just leave it. That's how it will be because we were just using this for this is just for the revenue. Now, with time you also learn the types of data you can use for certain functions because I cannot be using a pie chart or maybe a donut chart for a larger kind of information. Probably it is an information or maybe and a chart that requires a trend that keeps going up, you'll be expected to use a line chart. Or you can also use something like a stock chart. You cannot use this for larger data sets that maybe have more than 10 information to display. Like if you notice, for this place, it was lesser. We have just the east, north, south, west. You can use it for 3, 4, 5 maximum. You can use it for up to 10 for this donut chart. Now, meanwhile, for that is the last phase in our communication, in our phases in data analysis, the reporting phase. I'm trying to report to the company that okay, this person sold more. So we've come to the end of this session for today. I believe hopefully that everybody must have understood me. Um, we'll give you task from tomorrow after the classes tomorrow. The time for the classes will be fixed tomorrow so that you can easily start getting accustomed with how to work with Excel. for data analysis. I believe we all understood. Please, at the end of this classes, which is we have come to the end, the link will be shared to the group where you can easily access it, download the video, watch it, and tomorrow we'll meet again. Time for tomorrow classes will be specified. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate this beautiful time with you all. And hopefully, by if Jesus tarries, we will meet tomorrow. I appreciate.